Good morning and welcome to today live trading section with Vetexx. So today is live synthetic indices trading section with Vetexx. Today is 18th of March 2026. All right. So today I'm going to be analyzing the market and also show you some of the market reviews set up with for yesterday and the one we'll probably have today, and also market outlook for the day. All right, so in the course of this live analysis, if you have any question, you can always ask your question in the comment section and I'll do well to answer. All right, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you are joining this live session for the first time. All right, and I think that is all we have to do for today. So pay close attention and let's get right into the chat. Okay, so starting from today, there are about 14 pairs to 15 pairs we analyze on the synthetic market, basically the volatility indices and then the step indices. Okay, so whatever you don't understand, do well to ask your question in the comment section while I'll also do well to answer you. All right, and you can always reach out to me on Telegram. The link is in the description of this video, and that is where I share most of the updates. There is a setup, time to buy, time to sell, and some psychological tips I always share there. So let's get right into the chat. So first of all, before we go right into the chat, today I'll be talking more about a top-down analysis. You know what is top-down analysis? Where we're talking about top-down analysis. You know, top-down analysis is one of the most important, is also a very important part of trading. All right, where you look out for price action, where price is coming from and then where price is going to. Okay, it's basically learning how to follow the trend from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. It's also called directional bias. Okay, that means you need to understand that okay, the price is coming from a particular direction and is also going to a particular direction. So that is what helps us to get a high win rate. Okay, take for example, I was seeing a couple of people doing buy to sell, sell to buy, but in a real essence, if you really want to follow the trend, you should always know where the price is coming from and where price is going to. If you have a price on the higher time frame, like on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame, on the 24-hour time frame or the 4-hour time frame, price will always give you a starting point and also give you a finish point, which simply means there's a way price is where you have to understand where a particular price is coming from and then where a particular price is going to. That way you follow it until the trend is being taken out. So for the trading system I use, which is this, the trading system I use, which is this. So we have a system like this. We have This is a high that is created. Now we'll consider this as my liquidity. Okay, and this liquidity needs to be sweep out. So we have a sweep of liquidity this way. This becomes my protected high. Then we have a break of structure to the opposite direction. And then we have a 50% retracement to give me what? Structural liquidity, which is used for continuation. And then price will break the structure to the opposite direction. And then price need to take out the structural liquidity and continue to the opposite direction because this structural liquidity is used for what? Continuation. Now price take it out and then start moving to the opposite direction. Okay. Now in this essence, I have what? A sweep of liquidity right here, and then I have a structural liquidity and I have my protected high here. So this becomes what? My first break of structure, BOS1, and then this becomes what? My second break of structure this way. Alright. And here is my what? Point of interest. So having this point of interest, alright. Now this is my starting point now, and this swing low becomes what? My finish point. Okay. So based on top down analysis, if Sorry. Okay, let it be at this point. So I don't know why it's doing like this. So based on top down analysis, let me move this a little bit here. Let me draw it here. So real quick. So I have a sweep of liquidity, break of structure to the opposite direction, 50% retracement, second break of structure, price taking out the structural liquidity and continue to the opposite direction. So this becomes what? This is my shape of liquidity here. Yes, this is what my structural liquidity. This is my protected high. This is my first break of structure. And here, this is my what second break of what structure. Alright. Now, and this becomes what my point of interest. So this is my starting point, and this single here is my finish point. So in this way, based on total analysis, if this market is selling on the 4 hour time frame, I will know that okay, this is where the price is coming from, and this is my target. If it's selling on the 24 hour time frame, this is where my price is coming from the 24 hour time frame, and this right here is what is my target. Understand? So there is no need for me to start looking for sell for buy, knowing that price is selling on the higher time frame. This can be the weekly time frame, this can be the daily time frame, and this can also be the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so once price is selling from this point, all right, price is selling from this point, this is going to be my point A and this is going to be my point B. So this is the starting point, this is the finish point. So until price, since price has taken out this structural liquidity for a sell, all right, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to look for sell again. I'm not going to start looking for buy. My buyers will change to sell until this target is taken out. Okay, or the time I'll start looking for buys until when this protected high is taken out, then I'll change my buyers and start looking for buy structure. Okay, so the same thing I do when I want to buy is the same thing I do when I want the same thing I do when I want to sell is the same thing I do when I want to buy. So they all have the same approach. All right, they all have the same approach. So this is basically top-down analysis. We analyzing pair from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Now, if this is my 24-hour time frame, and I know that price has taken out the structural liquidity on the 24-hour time frame, what else do I look out for? I look out for my continuation entry. Okay, so my continuation entry will be this structure I see on the higher time frame. I will also look out for the same structure on the lower time frame. Right, I'll look out for the same structure on the lower time frame. So this is how I'll look out for it. This is how it's going to form. Because remember, this is if this is the 4 hour time frame or the daily time frame, I'll look out for this same pattern on the 1 hour time frame. So it's going to be like this. Structural liquidity this way, break of structure. Alright. So I'll look out for this structure exactly this way. Alright. So let me take this up a little bit. Okay. Now this will become my what new sweep of liquidity for my continuation entry, because I can't just jump into the trade, and this becomes what my structural liquidity, and this becomes protected high. Right, so this becomes my new what point of interest. Remember, price has first tapped into my first point of interest. Okay, so now I'll look for continuation. So what do I do next? I will anticipate price to come into this point of interest and then give a confirmation and sell to the downside. Mind you, there is a confirmation entry I use, up to three confirmation entry I do combine to use. Okay, so if you want to learn more about that, is in my that is that is exclusively to just my student alone. And if you want to learn about that, you can just sign in for my uh, student program. Okay, but for that, if you still want to learn, there is a video I already made in the playlist. You can always watch it out. So this is what I always look out for. If price is selling on the 24-hour time frame, I'll look out for my continuation entry on the 1 hour time frame. Once this form, and then I'll get in and try right side and sell it to the downside. So this is always going to be my TP1, and this is going to be my TP2. So once I see this on the higher time frame, I'll go to my once price take out the structure on the higher time frame, always go to the lower time frame and then go to the lower time frame and look out for your continuation setup and sell to the downside. So if you see this structure like this on the weekly time frame, go to your 1 hour time frame. On the 24-hour time frame, go to your 1 hour time frame for your continuation. If it's on the 4 hour time frame, go to your 1 hour. If it's on the 1 hour time frame, you see this, go to your 1 hour time frame. But make sure you are following the trend. Make sure the trend is bullish and then start looking for bullish continuation. If the trend is bearish, start looking for bearish continuation. Don't do buy to sell, sell to buy. If the trend is bearish, make sure all the trade you are taking is bearish until the target is taken out. So that is all I have for this moment. So we'll dive right into the chart and then look out for pairs that we'll analyze for today. And check for possible market outlook. So first of all, there is a trade that I have yesterday. So we'll do a quick market review and check the trade that we were anticipating yesterday, which is no other trade but V15 index. So let me check V15 index. What is it up to at this moment? If it is still valid to be traded or not. So at this point, I'm no longer interested in this pair again. Okay, because why? I think it's already oversold at this point. We have market moving from here. There's a sweep of liquidity here. There's a structural liquidity, and we have a protected high here. Right, so this becomes what our first break of structure, which we have here, and then this is what our second break of structure. All right, so this is our what point of interest on the what 4 hour time frame, because that is where price is coming from. Price is coming from the 4 hour time frame, and this is the starting point here. This here is a finish point, right? So moving to the 1 hour time frame, let me adjust this a little bit. Moving to the 1 hour time frame, what do we have? On the 1 hour time frame, we have we have our buy structure here. Then we have our super liquidity, we have our protected high structural liquidity, and we're anticipating price to come right back into this zone. Tap into our point of interest, give confirmation, and then sell to the downside. So this is what I personally is anticipating on V15 index. So I hope this hold. I hope price come back, give a confirmation and sell. And if it doesn't, we'll still sit on our hands and then anticipate more sales on V15 index. So this is what we have currently. This is what I personally is anticipating. So I hope price respects this buy and definitely have some good move for today. So this is what we have on V15 index. So this is what I personally is anticipating on V15 index. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So if it played out where if price respect our rules, come back and then give a confirmation, going to be a good ride for you, for you, for you, for you. So this is the only trade we're anticipating for now, and we are still it's still very much valid. It's still very much valid. So now this is what we have on V15 index. So now let's go to the main chart for today. Let's analyze other pairs. Remember what I just explained, top-down analysis, analyzing markets from the higher time frame to what? To the lower time frame. All right. So let's get right back into the chart. Starting from the 24-hour time frame on V10S. V10S is bearish on the what? Is bullish on the weekly time frame, right? Why do I say it's bullish on the weekly time frame? Because on the weekly time frame, we have the move this way. There's very high. Okay, we have a move this way. Let's say somewhere up this way. Let me find a way to join this. Okay, so we have a move this way on the weekly time frame, and price is there to smash the target. So we have a structural liquidity, we have a protected low, and then we have what? Sweep of liquidity, which is right here. And then there is what? A point of interest on the weekly time frame on V10S. And take for example, this is a target. This is the target, and price is here to take it out. All right, price is here to take it out. Now that we know that price is uh, bullish on the 24-hour time frame, what do we do next? We go to the 4-hour time frame and check if there is a continuation setup on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what we have on the 4-hour time frame. There is a continuation setup. For a very long time now, there is a continuation setup right here on the 4-hour time frame. We have what? A sweep of liquidity right here. There is a sweep of liquidity here, right? And then there's a protected low here, right? And then there's a structural liquidity here. So we have what? Our first break of structure, and then we have what? Second break of structure, and then there is what? Point of interest right here. Okay, so this is what we have on the 4-hour on V10S. So there's every chance that price is going to definitely come down to this zone and sell. All right, and then if price doesn't do that, we have another point of interest here, which is this. We have this zone here. So we have another point of interest here, which is here. We have a sweep of liquidity. Okay, and then we have what? Protected low here, and we have structural liquidity. So here this becomes our what? First break of structure, and this becomes second what? Break of structure. Now this is a very quality setup. All right, so this becomes our what? Point of interest. All right, so we have this point of interest here on the 4-hour time frame. So what are we anticipating price to do? We're anticipating price to come all the way to this zone, give us a continuation setup like this way, tap into this new point of interest, and then we'll buy to the upside. So basically, let me break it down. This becomes what? Our new sweep of liquidity. We have this new sweep of liquidity, which is gonna be like this. All right, and then we have structural liquidity. We have protected low here, and this becomes our what? New point of interest. So once price tap into this zone, give a confirmation, we'll buy to the upside. So this is basically repetition of everything. So this is what happens every time. This is what happens every time. Okay, so this is what I personally is anticipating on weakness. So if this happen, this is a very good setup, or it is a very good setup. So let's check another time frame. Let's check the 1 hour time frame. If we definitely see any other setup, okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at the setup that played out here. This is a very clean setup that played out. I was actually waiting for a continuation setup to form before I could get into this trade, but that didn't happen again. So I was not able to take the trade. So this is it. This played out perfectly fine. Alright, I saw it. I saw when it tapped into the point of interest, but I couldn't take it because it didn't meet my criteria. Alright, it was not able to didn't meet my criteria, so I let it be. Okay, so this is it. So this is it. This is what I had. So this is the setup. So look at how clean it is, how perfect it is. But I was anticipating price to, since it tapped into this zone this way, I was anticipating price to do this for me first, then I'll be able to take the trade. Do this, come back here and then sell. Now this will give me more confidence on taking the trade. But since it didn't do that, I wasn't able to take the trade. So that is it. Sometimes it happens like that. So it's a small challenge. So I'm having this continuation currently here, which is this, but it is not very solid. So I'll be on the lookout for this. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's see what is going to do. Most especially, I'm anticipating this trade more. Okay, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes on VTNS. All right. So the most important thing for you to do is join the Telegram channel so that if I post any update about this trade, you will not miss out on it. And that is the only way you be part of it. So that is what we have on VTNS. The next pair we're analyzing is what is V10. So what do you have on V10? Is V10 bullish or bearish? Let's check. V10 is trying to buy, okay, on the 24-hour time frame. So what do you have on the 4-hour time frame? Is he also buying on the 4-hour time frame? Let's find out. Okay, it was buying, but I think it has smashed the target on the 4-hour time frame. So let's go to the 2-hour time frame and check where is it coming from, where is it going to. Okay, now on the 1-hour time frame, there is a what? A buy sell structure where we have a sweep of liquidity. Remember, if a price is trending and you don't see a buy structure, you don't see a sell structure, and it is on a bullish move, but it's giving you a sell structure on the higher time frame, and price take out the structural liquidity on the higher on the take out the structural liquidity on the sell or on the buy. The one that price take out the structural liquidity first, that is going to be your new buyers until the protected high or low of that setup is invalidated. Then you can change your trend. All right. So take for example now, since this V10S is on a bullish move, okay, and then giving me a sell structure, and there is no place is buying from. So I'm going to definitely switch my bias now to a buy structure, a sell structure. This simply means this is going to be my structural liquidity. This is going to be my protected high, and here this is going to be my break of structure one, and this is going to be my break of structure two. So this is all I have currently. This is what I have. All right, and then here becomes what point of what interest. So what am I anticipating next? I'm anticipating price to tap into this zone. All right, give me this. So tap into this zone, give me this, and then drop. So this is what I am anticipating for price to do. Once it tap into my zone, give me a continuation setup, and then I'll sell to the downside. It doesn't, I don't do more than this. That is exactly what I do. Give me this, and then I'll look out for my confirmation in my point of interest, and then I'll sell this market. But if it doesn't, because there's a high chance, because if I set the limit entry, there's a high chance price will just reject this way and then boom, take me out. That is why it's always advisable to wait for what continuation entry. All right. Now the next, so currently this is what you have on VTNS. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. Let me download the image.